The stats are in, friends, and they're amazing. This will completely blow your mind. As you have undoubtedly heard by now, the first ever spot XRP ETF was introduced in the United States. It is currently the best performing ETF introduced this year out of 900 new ETFs in 2025. A leading ETF analyst at Bloomberg has reported that. I'll show you this post a little bit later in the movie, but this is true life. I'm telling you, the SEC onslaught caused XRP to be artificially suppressed for years on end, but it is now ended. And wouldn't you know it, when XRP competes on the level playing field, it totally whoops them ass. Know what I'm saying? And notice that today is a weekday for cryptocurrency. As a result, XRP is now only worth $209, down 4.2% over the past day. This isn't a sell the news story, though. This is a situation where the entire cryptocurrency market is down. As I record this video, the price of Bitcoin is down to $9,881. It's a curious example, I guess. It is Thursday, November 13th, 2025 at 7:14 p.m. Central Time. However, this is reality. You will begin to realize why over a period of years and decades, especially after you hear the numbers. The extent to which this is going to support the price of XRP is absurd. My God. Huge. Okay, so this is Canary Capital's post. At 7:24 a.m. Central Time, this is shared. Additionally, this is the official account of the business that introduced the XRP spot ETF. Additionally, they introduced XRPC in this article. Thus, that is the ETF's ticker symbol. Exposure to the native coin of the XRP ledger is offered by the Canary XRP ETF, designed to take into account network performance across liquidity and payment protocols. Designed for efficiency, speed, and scalability in distributed finance, it is supported by XRP's well-established utility and cross-border value transfer. We think the XRP ledger is a cutting-edge architecture for international payments that was designed with interoperability and real-world settlement in mind. Folks, that is totally right, and as it turns out, it's not only you and I that think so. Excuse me, but Canary Capital isn't the only place that has that opinion. It's pretty much the entire dang planet in the world of crypto, except for poisonous Bitcoin maximalists and those who suffer from the ailment known as XRP derangement syndrome. But we got it, the rest of us. And you simply consider this. Price-wise, XRP is at its current level, with less than 1% of people worldwide having ever bought any of it. What do you suppose happens as this scales? What do you think occurs as more and more individuals, organizations, and corporations invest in cryptocurrency as its usefulness grows? Do you believe the number might increase? What do you think, I ask? In my opinion, Nate Garachi is spot on in this situation. Nate Garachi is now shown on your screen. He is the president of the ETF store, which was originally known as Nova DS Wealth. See what he shared on August 31st, too. He made several posts along these lines, and he was entirely right. You heard it here first, he wrote. Investor demand for Solana ETS and spot XRP is being grossly underestimated. Similar to what they accomplished with ETFs and spot Bitcoin. And that was totally true, people. So take a look at these posts from a few men. Eric Balkunas is this person. He is the senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg. Therefore, he handled all of the reporting for the first ever spot Bitcoin ETF launch. As a result, he became well known in the cryptocurrency world. He has 378,000 followers because of this. His reporting is excellent. I believe his hatred of XRP is unjustified. My guess is that he may or may not be a fan, but at least from some of his posts, I'm not positive. It's okay, though. Everything is all right. Not that he's being trollier. He isn't being impolite. Well, but take a look at what he's covering here. He wrote, and this is, by the way, this is at 9:11 a.m., had not been active for a long time. All right. In the first half hour, his volume was 26 million. Whoa! Gonna blast over my $17 million guess. Has a decent chance of defeating B-Souls, therefore Solana is the Solani TIF's ticker symbol. Naturally, the S stands for sorry, out of luck. Sorry, you little bitches. B-Soul's $57 million debut day was the biggest of the year. As a result, they say right away that there's a significant probability XRP will surpass Solana, which was the year's top performer thus far. You're going to enjoy this, but wait, it gets much better. Stay with me through the entire video. You won't believe how fantastic it becomes. Yes, it is, as I have already stated. It did beat Salon. Although it's number one, it's far more amazing than you may realize. I want to do this in order, but I'll explain why a little later in the movie. Alright, the man with the fart in his name, James Seifert, has posted anything. He works at Bloomberg as well. He also performs ETF analysis. It's pretty obvious that he dislikes XRP in my opinion, but guess what? Everything is alright, he is not too clumsy. This post was made at 12:43 p.m. today. You're doing fine. Canary Capital's XRPC has already surpassed $46 million in day one trading, with 2.5 hours remaining in the trading day. The Solana ETF is almost certain to rank close to the top of the list for 2025 debuts, and it still has a chance to surpass BSOL for the top slot. Indeed, it triumphed over Solana. You will enjoy seeing it. Have you figured out that you picked a winner if you picked XRP yet? Was what we were writing. Because, that's exactly what it seems like to me. This is an additional post, 3:04 p.m. It appears that for an ETF launch in 2025, Canary's XRPC has the highest day one trading volume to date, BSOL's, Solana's, and $57 million squeak. It's quite remarkable that you accomplished it on a day like today. People, it's impressive for other reasons as well. Naturally, Bitcoin would drop below $100,000 on the day the XRP ETF was introduced, making it a very bad day. Thus, in addition to that, there is another explanation which, just stay with me here while I get to it. He then typed $58.6 million for the day's total. Well, once more, that was at 3 or 4 p.m. today. Then, at 3 or 6 p.m. this afternoon, there's this from Eric Balkunas. Once more, all of this is in my time zone, Central Time. Congratulations to XRPC for $58 million in day one volume. The most of any ETF launch this year out of 900, wrote Eric Balkunas. Just surpassing BSOL's $57 million. However, third place is more than $20 million distant, so the two of them are in a different league. Additionally, he is Bloomberg's senior ETF analyst. That's what he reported. Baby, XRP is the absolute top out of 900. I hope you get to see it. The man with the word fart in his name is back James Seifert. It is 5:22 p.m. The volume will probably settle around here, he said. Sorry to everyone who was hoping it would end at $58.9 million, but XRPC ended up with over $59 million. All right, I accept your apology, Mr. Fardman. However, don't allow it to occur again. Don't allow that to occur again. That would have been fantastic. $58.9 million. In fact, I would have thought that was completely hysterical. Actually, it makes me wish that the Canary XRP ETF had been a little less successful than it was. So you might have dropped to 58.9. That would have been worthwhile, in my opinion. For the community's memes and lulz, that would have been worthwhile. Just saying. Moreover, look at this. It becomes even more remarkable. Look at this, please. Canary Capital. The Canary Capital account is the source of this. 319 in the afternoon. The XRP CETF is having a big first day. $245 million in net inflows and more than $58.5 million in trading volume. So, stay tuned, as I will explain why this figure is much more astounding for a whole different reason. I do not provide financial advice. I mean, you shouldn't buy something because of what I say? That's a really awful concept. I appreciate you watching.